What's up, metalheads? My name's Jamie. This is the Blades and EDC channel. Thank you guys so much for being here. I really do appreciate it. Today I'm going to do an overview of the Kizer Grazioso. This is a Sharif Manganis, I believe I'm pronouncing his name right, design. There's his maker's mark right there. The light will show it properly. Interesting knife. Not really my cup of tea because I'm not a flipper only guy. I definitely prefer, if I'm a one deployment method only, I prefer front flipper. But honestly, my favorite knives have multiple deployments, and I think they missed the mark with this. I think they could have got away with some thumb studs on there, but you know, well, maybe not because of the way that bolster is. Maybe. But flipper action's really good. Let's go over the specs real quick and do a couple size comparisons. Overall length 8 inches, blade length 3 1/4 inches, blade thickness is 120 thousandths. This is a N690 blade steel, has a flat grind. The weight on this is almost 3 ounces. This version has copper bolsters and G10. There is a version with brass bolsters and micarta. This one and that one are $69, and then there is one with shred carbon fiber and titanium and a premium steel. I can't remember if it's S35 or M390, but that one's like $200. I think it's M390, but don't quote me on that. Pocket clip is not reversible, so this is right hand tip up only. T8 hardware everywhere except the pocket clip, I believe. I do not believe the pocket clip is T8. I believe it is T6. Let me verify these are T8. No, it is T6 hardware. Yeah, T6 hardware. I was mistaken. Pivot is T8 though. Yes, pivot's T8. Alright, let's do a couple size comparisons. You know, they claim the weight on this is 2.91 ounces. We're going to weigh that real quick because I swear this thing feels like it weighs more than that to me. Yeah, I definitely think this is closer to 4 ounces. I don't see how this could possibly be 2.9 ounces. I bet the one with shred carbon fiber and titanium is 2.91 ounces. This one's got to be more. Yeah, 4.5 ounces. So, yeah, they must have the weight for the carbon fiber and titanium version carried over to the brass and bronze versions of this knife. Because they all say the brass, this one's copper. God, I said brass. This one's copper, I believe, right? Yes, copper. But there is a brass one also. And they both say they're 2.91 ounces. They're not. They're closer to 4.5 ounces. All right, let's do the Spyderco Para 3 for comparison. And the Paramilitary 2. It's going to be closer to the Paramilitary 2. Probably 1/8 of an inch shorter than the Paramilitary 2. Go ahead and throw out the SOG terminus. Quite a bit longer than the terminus. What do we got here? Where'd it go? Where'd it go? There it is. QSP Penguin. Couldn't find my penguin. I was about to panic. Can't lose the penguin. Here's the Kershaw Heist. We'll do a bug out, of course. It's probably, compared to the bug out and heist, it's about 1/2 an inch longer than the heist and maybe almost 3/4 of an inch longer than the bug out. Yeah, new ergos. Ergos are very not neutral. I mean, you got a little. I think they'll work for anyone, is what I'm trying to say. The ergos are really good. And you do have a generous sharpening / forward finger choil there. Yeah, very comfortable right there. And you got the poon action going on with some really good jimping right here. So you just feel really locked in. You got a little recurve in this blade also. I do want to point that out. So sharpening this will be a little, that'll probably sharpen out if you're just going to do it on a stone. Maybe if you're using a fixed system, you can keep that in there with some smaller stones. But personally, I'm not a big fan of recurved blades for that reason. Although this knife will be a cardboard shredding beast because of that. It'll just lock into that cardboard and hold it in place, and you won't slide off out of the cardboard as easily when using this. It does have a copper backspacer also, and the brass one has a brass backspacer. Cage ceramic ball bearings. Access to the lock bar is fantastic, as you can see, and it's jimped. It's buttery smooth action. Yeah, you don't get your finger out there to get you. Yeah, snappy detent too. The flipper has some jimping here, but it's not really great in my opinion. But because the action's so good, it doesn't really matter. But it doesn't provide any traction at all. You can light switch this one or push button it. Definitely more comfortable with the light switch because of the way that flipper kind of comes to a point there. Light switch is definitely the way to go. Yeah, very comfortable in hand. Feels really good in hand. This position right here feels so comfortable. I mean, it just melts in your hand right there with that poon and that forward finger choil. Interesting knife, man, especially for the money. Consider what you get. I mean, this knife runs $69 new. This one is here for the sale, by the way. I don't have the price on the top of my head at the moment. I don't have the spreadsheet in front of me, but go back to the sell video. You'll see it in there, and it's listed below the sell video in the description. Yeah, nice looking knife. Beautiful grind lines too in that satin finish. So hard to get those to show up on camera. Yeah, I like this. A little heavy for my liking. I'm sure I would I'd much prefer the premium version, but who wouldn't, right? Just because of the weight. But honestly, you know, this one's not for me. I know a lot of you guys out there love flippers. And this is great. This one's great. It has a great detent. So, yeah, in excellent condition too. And the copper is already starting to patina. I don't know how well the red is going to show up on camera, but it's already starting to turn like a reddish hue up here around the tip. It'd be cool to do a forced patina on this because these are just bolsters. The copper does not run under the scale, so you just take those two pieces of copper and force patina it. It looks so good with that black G10 to get that blue, those blues and greens in there. On here too, it'd look fantastic. Looks so good. And Sharif did not put a lanyard hole. Good on him. No lanyard hole at all. No lanyard pin. No lanyard love, which I love. I hate having that back there. I'm never going to use it, so why put it there? Alright guys, thank you so much for watching. I really do appreciate it. If you have any questions about this knife or any of the other knives that are in the knife sale, feel free to ask, and I'll see you guys on the next one.